Tonight on the program, our very first conversation will be with a presidential candidate who is also a national chairman of his party. It's a young political party, though, which has distinguished itself in terms of characteristics because it is the last party on the ballot by the virtue of party name or acronym. The presidential candidate of the Zenith Labour Party, Chief Dan Nwanyanwu, joins me live on the program tonight. Thank you so much indeed for coming tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're wearing two hats, although, I mean, that's not literally.
I'm just wearing one.
You are wearing one,
yeah.
But in other sense, you're wearing two hats as the national chairman of your party and as a presidential candidate. Aside the fact that you are on China's television tonight, have you been campaigning elsewhere? Yes,
we've been dealing with the voters in the rural areas, in the wards, in the local governments. You may not find us in the jamboree rallies that are going on. Every political party has its own style. We are concerned with those that are going to cast the vote. Most of them don't have television to see the rallies. Most of them they're not on Android phones. So we meet them in the farms, we meet them at home, across the country. And when we had an outing a few days ago, we brought everybody from different states and gave an update on what is happening and the strategy to adopt. They've all come back and it is going on. But the next phase we are going now is to intensify our town hall meetings at the rural areas. So those are the people that you are reaching out to, and there is a reason for that. Of course, you have to. Is there any science behind your approach? It looks a bit different from the others. No, we have always been different. Even our manifesto is different. It's different in all material particular. You don't have to follow the wind. You don't have to follow the way others are doing it. You hire people, put them on in the fields, address them. Look, Chenwu, I have been a study of rallies since before 1999. When I watch a rally, I'm able to tell you whether those people are members of the party or not. And it's easy to know. I can tell you that's one of my areas of specialization. There are occasions, certain statements will be made by the man addressing them. They don't react. You find out they are hired to be there. Leave the rallies. We are dealing with those with the PVC. What does the science tell you about these people that you are reaching out to? Yeah, they're excited. They want a change. There must be a reason why you are doing that. Yes, they want a change. They want something new. They are the ones that have received the bulk of the whole problems in the country. They are the ones, they belong to the group of persons that are oppressed, that are cheated, that are haunted. They don't know anything about government. They have never benefited anything. So we are dealing with them, getting to them, explaining to them why they must accept change. And in fact, they are ready and willing to change the system. Chief Nwanyanwu, do you see yourself as a real contender in this race? Of course, yes. So don't I look like a presidential candidate or as a president? I mean, look, and the capabilities are two different things. No. One can look like a boxer and can be beaten several times in the ring. No. You're getting it. No, the question I'm asking is that, are you a real contender? Because in this race, analysts and political commentators have said, this is a four-horse race. Are you one of the horses? No. You see, you can do your permutations. You can do your research until you get to the polling unit. People will be disappointed in the next 1 month. Nigerian people, most of them are following some candidates because of one reason or the other, which I don't have to say, but they have reassured us that on that very day, they know who to vote for. And who is that? Of course I'll be voted for. I have a lot of supporters across the country. Where is your catchment? My catchment? Across the country. Across the country. I'm in the north. Would you be able to win your state, your home state? Look, you don't anticipate me. Wait until the election day. Nigerians are going to vote, and we have a system that will work. We have a system that will allow votes to count and be counted.
And you see yourself as the next president of Nigeria?
Of course, I'm the next president of Nigeria. I'm not joking. I'm very serious.
All right. Let's look at your document,
yes.
The manifesto. How many point agenda is yours?
Count it. You have it. I'm looking at it.
No, you are here to talk about.
Some people say 8 points, some say 7 points. Count it. Depends on how they break it.
No, but you are the one that.
There are 10 major points on that agenda.
Well, let's get into it. I see that in your manifesto, the first area is restructuring that you touched on. That's the first point. And that's perhaps, you have a reason for doing that. You've said in that manifesto that you put up a national reconciliation for all Nigerians.
Then that is not restructuring. We are talking about bringing Nigerians together. You recall the day I emerged as the presidential candidate of this party, I told Nigerians the first thing that we're going to do will be to put Nigerians back to where they were.
And where is that?
To show love. That this hatred, this lack of trust, we must work on it. We talk about putting reconciliation committee, bringing the traditional rulers to be involved, to get Nigerians back to have trust and faith in the country and accept each other as part and parcel of the society. We're going to do that first. Bring trust back to the people. People must trust you. People must believe in you. By the time you have reunited them, everybody is talking after we said it after our convention. They're not talking about bringing Nigerians together, bringing unity. Fine. They had it. It's okay. But they didn't tell you how they're going to do it. That document has told you how we're going to achieve that. And we're going to achieve it. Then you build trust.
Yeah. So what we are planning to do, first and foremost, because that's first segment, you said, restructuring Africa's largest democracy.
Yes.
And on the subunit under it says, the Commission for National Reconciliation and National Healing shall be created.
Of course.
Some kind of confab, isn't it?
Yeah, not a confab. You don't call it a confab. You see, we saw something like Oputa Commission, which revealed a lot. We had similar thing in South Africa.
Absolutely.
So that is the type of commission we're going to have.
Are we at that point before the South African National Reconciliation and National Healing Committee?
What do you mean?
There was an incident that led to that.
Yes.
The apartheid.
Yes.
So when they got into another era, they set up that committee.
Yes.
For the South Africans to sit together. Have we reached that point?
We have surpassed that point. So unless we are living under the stone, under the rock, Nigerians are divided. My first task will be to bring them back. You have to come back together. God put all of us here. You must put Nigerians together. There must be trust. We must believe. There was a time people didn't believe in where you come from, your religion. You are aware that at the time they celebrated Christmas and Salah together. That is very key. When you bring Nigerians back and unite them, and they have faith in you as their president and as a government, every other thing will take its own course. It will be easy for you to navigate.
So that's your first agenda.
That is the first thing to do. Bring Nigerians back. Build trust and faith. Let them believe you. Somebody like myself, they have been following me over the years. I say things the way they are. I have never told Nigerians lies. I will never lie to them as a president. I will be transparent. There will be full and total disclosure. They will see what happens in the affairs of government. That is what I will do. And most of these, my colleagues, cannot say the same thing. Because this disunity, they have been part or parcel of it. So you cannot be part and parcel of creating a problem and you'll be asked to solve it, more especially when that problem has been benefiting you. So you will not solve it. And that's where I will talk about political will. They don't have political will. They can have ideas. They can provide solutions. But do they have the political will to get things done? I do. I am not tempted. I have no encumbrances. I will get things done as president, commander-in-chief, and I will not look at anybody's face.
All right. You are an Igbo man.
Yes.
I mean, that's by name and by birth.
Yes.
And there's been this agitation for an Igbo presidency. Do you think that you are that real Igbo man to solve that puzzle?
I'm not contesting as an Igbo man. In fact, let me tell you, in this country, I have said this before, if you Google it, fast check when you live here. Shehu, I have never made a kobo, either in business or otherwise, from any Igbo man. So don't push me there. That is not to say that I love them less. I am contesting for the office of the President and Commander-in-Chief. I have friends across the country, from the north, southwest is like my second home, and I am not going to see myself as somebody coming to represent the Igbo. But I saw myself as somebody who is bringing the required change, who is bringing something new, bringing new innovations to change from this old order to a new and more acceptable order. And that is why I'm running. I don't want anybody to vote for me because I'm an Igbo man.
So I'm asking these two the questions, and it has the two fronts. And one is the fact that there is an agitation that we cannot deny exists in the southeast region of the country. And there are those who have said if there is a president of Igbo extraction, maybe that would douse the tension. And of course, you're a politician of many years standing. You've run at least 2 political parties in this country, so you understand how politics works. You cannot be a politician that has no local base. You have to also win locally. So your local base is the region where you're from, and you'll be hoping and you'll be happy that you are winning that region of yours. So that's why I'm asking you that question. That,
I agree.
As an Igbo man, do you see yourself as the man that will solve that puzzle in which has become an agitation in that region?
I agree with you that politics is local. If Nigerians come to unison, maybe before the elections, okay, let us go this way, as has always been the case. And it comes to my region, I am better positioned to do that job.
More than Peter Obi, who is also from the same region.
And I have many reasons to say so.
Is it?
No, I'm talking about myself.
No, I'm asking, because this is a race.
I'm talking about myself.
This is a race and you have competitors.
You know the reason why I'm better?
Yeah.
I have fresh ideas. I have new innovations. I have things new. Above all, political will is important. Why are we having problem of security? Not taking certain decisions? Because there's no political will. People are afraid to take decisions. President Ibrahim Babangida once told us, it is better you take the wrong decision. History will vindicate you rather than not taking decision at all. Insecurity escalated in this country because there was no decision. People will come and claim they will do this and do that. Do you have the political will to do so? I am in a better position to serve this country as president.
What exactly is this political will? Is it? You're saying you don't have anybody.
I will explain to you.
You don't have anybody funding you. You don't have any godfather.
No. Don't bring about funding here. Let me tell you one thing, Chenwu.
Funding is crucial, isn't it?
Chenwu, no multimillionaire, no billionaire in Nigeria has been elected president. Cross-check. No multimillionaire, no billionaire has been elected president in Nigeria.
Maybe 1993, when Abiola was
the man that was to be elected did not become president.
But he was elected.
But he did not become president. Nobody of that stature had become president. From Tafa Balewa to Azikiwe, down the line. Even Yar'Adua of blessed memory, who was a governor, wasn't a multimillionaire when he became president. So let nobody deceive himself. No multimillionaire, no billionaire has been elected president and has become president of Nigeria. So don't talk about money.
So that's why
you don't know. You see, Nigerians are not looking at money now. Some people are doing things on their own. So if that God has put that in Nigeria that wouldn't allow any billionaire or multi-billionaire to be president, why wouldn't I be running? Because I'm not in that category.
Chief Nwanyanwu, let me take you to security. One of the issues that you raised.
Yes.
You talked about an overhaul. You said you will overhaul the entire security architecture.
Very well.
What do you mean by that? Because Nigerians are tired of big English. They want solution.
You see, before
just a moment, there is a challenge in security in every region of the country that you step your feet on. In fact, in the South-South region, there is an enormous oil theft going on, which will look like we do not have solutions to. In the Northwest region, the problem of banditry and kidnapping is there. In the Northeast region, there are those who say there are still some places in the country that is under the control of these insurgents. So the question is, how do we solve this problem beyond the big English?
Sure. Before reorganizing the entire architecture, I talked about applying the kinetic and non-kinetic system.
Those are familiar languages.
Is it familiar?
They are familiar.
Okay. But nobody
several persons have said they will employ kinetic and non-kinetic. But how is your own idea different?
It's different because we have not been able, just like in criminology, you talk about the theology of crime. We have to identify the drivers behind this insecurity, catch them through legislation, through the judiciary, and deal with that. Then we come back to the issue of what has led to people getting involved in crime, criminality, and insecurity, which of course will lead you to poverty, hunger, and so on and so forth. If you're able to identify these issues, and then back to the question you ask, you see, corruption is part and parcel of why you have to reorganize the entire architecture. We have had, you see, issue of security is not something you discuss, on public television. But if you have your intel that gives you information about insecurity, you find out that if we had done what we expected to do, ab initio, we wouldn't have found ourselves where we are.
One of the areas that caught my attention reading your manifesto, you said you will resurrect the failed total radar coverage
across the country. Of course, across the country.
There are several ungoverned spaces in this country.
They will all be covered by technology.
How many of these have you identified, and how would you solve it?
Shemu, let us look at what happened in other climes. It is possible. Malam El-Rufai told us, and when he said so, I remember the intel I had, that they see these insurgents. They listen to their discussions. They know where they are. But when they pass the information, nothing happens. We have to cover the entire area. Look at a local government chairman was brutally and callously murdered a few days ago. It was possible to be somewhere and watch it, even before they did it. We have the resources to get these things done. It's the political will. If people are benefiting from a system, they will not allow it to go. So I will get it done.
You think that people are benefiting from security?
Sure. This security has lasted long because there are many billionaires since the system. Don't push me too far. People have become billionaires.
I'm not pushing you. I'm just asking you for the benefit of Nigerians.
Yes,
because they deserve to know, isn't it?
You know how a bird feeds, and you are asking how does a bird feed? You haven't heard in this country that most of the allocations to security were filtered. Take it away. If you go further in that document, we are going to do audits to see how these things have been done. We are not going to scratch it. We are not going to massage anybody. When you get to the root of a problem, Shehu, you'll be able to find a solution. You'll be able to do it. You'll be able to treat it. But all these my colleagues, none of them will go this far. Because it's either you are wittingly or unwittingly involved. It's like somebody involved in dealing with importing generators, for example, and you say he will give you NEPA. He will not give you light. Somebody that is involved in oil bunkering, and he will not allow the refineries to work. He wants fuel to be sold at 1,000. Shehu, read my lips and take it to the bank. Within 6 months, I will sell fuel for 100 naira in this country. I have calculated it.
So tell us.
All these refineries will be put to use. All will be put to use within 3-4 months. At the same time, simultaneously, we are going to install modular refineries in each geopolitical zone. This thing will disappear. This idea of subsidy and all that is created. What are we subsidizing? You are not ashamed as a country. You are not ashamed as a nation that your product, you throw it somewhere. They will bring back just 3 items: petrol, kerosene, and diesel. What happened to the others, including your gear oil and all those? They take it away. You don't talk about it. I won't let that happen under my nose. These my colleagues are involved. Most of them are involved in these deals. They cannot do it. That's why when I told you I have no encumbrances, I have nothing attached to me. in relation to the perennial problems we are passing today, I will get it done. Nwanyanwu will get it done as commander.
Will you be the minister of petroleum yourself?
No, I don't have to be. If it doesn't work, I fire him. I will fire you if you don't. I'll give you my template. I want fuel to be sold in 6 months. These are my ideas. Get it done for 100 naira. Tell me what Nigerians are benefiting in this country.
Is that a realistic figure?
So I am telling you, Nigerians should take me by my words. Within 6 months, it will start dropping from day one until I get there.
Okay, so the reason I'm asking is that the product you're talking about is controlled by global indices. It is not only what goes on locally.
Why can you price petrol because of the rate of dollars? That is voodoo economics. Voodoo economics. They are pricing it with the rate of dollars. Are Nigerians paid in dollars?
But Nigeria is not.
Are the workers of Nigeria paid in dollars?
Nigeria belongs to OPEC.
Yes, you belong to OPEC. But that's why you should produce what you use and use what you produce. Why must you take crude out when you can refine it? Why? They are charging you based on the rate of exchange, and they are the ones manipulating it. My colleagues cannot do it. Nigerians, listen to me. I am the only one that has the political will to get this thing done.
They've talked about cabals within that sector.
I will not have cabal during my government. And that's why you have not seen me going everywhere, paying visits. I love our leaders, so on and so forth. But I don't want anybody to place a call to me, please, this thing, drop it. All my people, most of my colleagues, these ones you rate that are top, they have godfathers. Those that don't have godfathers are godfathers themselves.
2 questions, quick one. On electricity, you've set a timeline on the issue of fuel price. On electricity, what can you do? Or what do you have in plan to do?
We first of all revisit this charade that was done in the past. We have other forms of energy that we are going to tap on. And when you revisit it, you discover that it's like my colleagues saying they will sell assets, they will do this, they will do that. Why are you selling national assets? You sold one before that has landed us where we are. NEPA is an example. All we have is darkness. In fact, it was sold to people who didn't come in. They called them foreign investors who didn't come with money. They ended up borrowing from the Nigerian system. That is corruption. That is corruption. That's why, you see, the problem of Nigeria, you have to look at it holistically. By the time you tackle that issue of corruption, linked to NEPA, linked to economy, linked to everywhere, and that's why you find there, I said I will abolish 200 naira notes, 100 naira notes, 200 naira notes, 500 naira notes, 1,000 naira notes, and turn them into coins. So those who collect bribe, by the time you are giving them 10,000, they are mocking, you hear the noise in their pocket.
Is that a realistic one?
Of course it's realistic. It will work. So those who... Just a minute. Yeah. Those who pack money and put in toilet, in seaways, in water tanks and all that, they have to build a warehouse as big as Asokoro and Wusetu to be packing coins. Look, Nigeria, the problem here should be seen as a special one that we must tackle it specially. Corruption is at the root of all the problems we have.
How long will it take you to light up Nigeria?
Within 6-9 months, you will start seeing improve in our generation.
What mark are you working on?
But within 1 week, we should be able to get 10,000. Sorry, within 1 year, we'll be able to get up to 10,000 megawatts, and gradually it will improve. Again, I'm coming again. You see, we have a lot of saboteurs in the system. The saboteurs you have in the refining sector are the same saboteurs you have in the power sector. You have a refinery seated there, not producing 1 liter of fuel, 1 liter of nothing. That's a budget. Workers are paid every day, every month. Money is spent to run the place. What do you call that, Shehu? My colleagues who are running, they don't have the political will to touch these things. I do have.
This is where we anchor, Chief Nwanyanwu.
Have you finished?
I mean, we are getting to that point. We can't treat all your manifesto. There's a lot of documents which you got consultants to put together for you. Well, it took them a long time to put together. But let's anchor on this one. This is quite interesting.
Yes.
You said you will revert to the old national anthem.
Yes.
What does that mean?
You see, if you look at our the national anthem we use today, Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria call obey. Nobody is following it. But let us go to the old one that is attached to our hearts. Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribes and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. If you go through that anthem, particularly the third stanza, I was in the national conference, 2014. After passing the 620 resolutions, without a meeting, without a consultation, all of us rose and sang this anthem. This anthem will touch our hearts. It will revolve us. Let me also give you an example, quickly. And you must have seen it on the internet. There's a young boy crying, about 4 years, on the bed, crying profusely. What did the parents do? They put up their national anthem, Chinese national anthem. The boy got up, stood still, saluted the anthem. After the anthem, he went back to bed and continued to cry. This is the nation we want. We have to start to change what we have.
Radical ideas, Chief Nwanyanwu there with the ZLP presidential candidate. I wish you the very best in your endeavor. It's 30 days, and you said you are the next president of Nigeria.
By the grace of God.
We see how that works, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much indeed.